you give them a little bit of margin, and they're going to start shutting it down on you.
Ray, last week or last 2 weeks, Sam had real good performances. Has there been maybe any extra instruction to him this week in practice?
Well, you know, he's a little bit frustrated because he had some really good games last year. He dominated some opponents, especially at home. So he knows that, and I teased him a little bit last week. You know, I said, hey, our pitching staff's pretty good. When are you going to get in on the action? And he's, you know, Sam's been good. He's been successful. You know, he's one of our guys. And no matter what happens this weekend, I'm going to stick with him. You know, there's no thought in my mind about taking him out of the rotation or making a change. You know, you never say never, but right now, Sam Dyson is very capable of beating anybody on any particular day. He has the ability to do that. It's been a little rough for him lately, but he's also the type of guy that could throw a gem on Saturday. So I'm excited to see him back out there. We're gonna have a little bit of a different plan with him as far as a way to attack Ole Miss. That being said, that's probably all I'm going to give you there, but we're going to try to make it a little less stressful for him.
What did Tennessee do against Ole Miss that was so successful for that? They lost the farm and they won against two. Watching that film, what did you see? What did Tennessee do in this year that was so successful?
I think they just play the SEC baseball. That's what it is. Everybody in this league can win games. And, you know, when we were able to beat Tennessee, you know, and people says, well, Tennessee's not that good. Everybody in this league's pretty good. There's nobody that you're going to say, well, this is going to be a good weekend for us. It's not going to happen. Not in SEC baseball from top to bottom. And I just think Tennessee had a pretty good weekend. And, you know, Ole Miss is very, very good. But, you know, there's nothing shameful about losing to another conference opponent. None at all. So I just think they were able to execute a little bit better, and they won the series.
That just proves how slim and odd and better it is in the SEC. You don't bring your A game every game. If you end up losing even at home, like Ole Miss did against Tennessee.
I don't think there's any question about it. You know, if we tomorrow, for instance, the Pomerantz, if he's as good tomorrow as he's been all year, there is minimal margin of error. We have to play defense. We got to get a timely hit. You know, we got to pitch as good as we've been pitching to have an opportunity to win. You're not going to make 3 errors and win. You're not going to leave 12 runners on. It's not going to happen. That's how good the programs are and the teams are in our conference. So, you know, no matter what the standings are, and there's 18 league games left, it can change. Anybody can beat anybody.
Coach, did you expect Carter to be able to put the numbers up in the U.S. so far this season?
Well, his numbers are, you know, he doesn't have a ton of innings right now, but he's got some dominating numbers. I didn't see that, but, you know, I'm a little bit cautious with freshmen anyway, that they have some growing pains. And he really hasn't gone through a tough stretch. He only had one outing, I believe, in fall practice where it was really rough. The rest of them were really good. And he like, you know, you can tell, like last night, you can tell watching him, he likes it. He likes the situation he's in. He thrives on it. He has some energy, and he's been able to throw strikes. I believe I was watching him last night when he came into the game, warming up, and threw 8 strikes in a row. You know, right now he's really enjoyed doing what he's doing, and yeah, he's got a swing and miss pitch. He can throw a good slider at times, and hitters have trouble picking it up.
You threw him on the road Friday night up in Vanderbilt. Is that just kind of the next step in the process of getting him even further along?
Well, I think he feels very comfortable now. He's pitched enough that it doesn't matter to him. He's very confident that he can be successful whenever he pitches, and I'm at a point now that I think we've brought him along in the right pace and in the right situations that I wouldn't hesitate to put him in any environment.
Last night, a little bit of a shake-up getting Matthews and Lynn Marzilli started right. Is that just a chance to maybe get Evan out on the field a little bit more?
Yeah, you know, and I intended to play Barry last night, and then I decided to go a little bit reverse with him. My original plan was to give Barry a couple of at-bats at the end, and ended up not working out. I gave Selican it back because we were playing in Charleston, and it ended up not working out. But, you know, Marzilli's been a contributor for us all year, and I told Adrian yesterday that, you know, he's going to be playing on Friday and probably half of last night's game, but I needed to give these other guys an opportunity. If we're going to call on them, if we're going to ask them to contribute down the backstretch, you got to try to keep them on the field a little bit. And that was the intent last night.
So who's going to play first base tomorrow?
More than likely it'd be Nick Ebert. Nick has picked it up a little bit. His at-bats are of much better quality than they were earlier. He's getting a few more hits, but a lot of times he's been going to 4 or 5 ball counts. So that's kind of where he was last year when he was successful. He works the count for a guy in the middle of the order. You know, it's not first thing you see, turn it loose. He works the count until he gets a pitch he can hit. And his average is up a little bit. And against Pomeranz, he'll probably be at first.
Is Pomeranz the type of pitcher where if you stack the lineup with the hitters, increase your odds to win a little bit, or is this one of those guys who doesn't matter besides the matters?
Well, I watched him some on video this morning, and I don't know Drew personally, but I would bet that he would tell you it doesn't matter who you put in there. That stuff will prevail, and it looked like it on the video. I saw some lefties, I saw some righties. It didn't seem to matter to him too much who was in there.